Small ballers.
Hey guys, welcome back to the next match between RVB and Samurai Sold Out. Now, we do want to quickly talk about the Shadow Cartel match that we watched yesterday with the Balgorn. I believe, Rocket, you have some updates for us with that match.
Yeah, so I was looking through Reddit last night to see all the stuff we missed while we were here yesterday. When we did the analysis on it initially, we thought that it was a misclick and that the Shadow Cartel Balgorn pilot had, in fact, misclicked and MJD'd away from the fight. It turns out he was actually trying to catch the Oneiros of the enemy team, which he did successfully, but within about 60 seconds apparently burned out his webs, which is a large part of the Balgorn's utility. Obviously, with both webs and NOS, if you lose the webs, you're going to struggle.
Yeah, it might be worth talking about what we mean by heat. Heating is a very important part of the Alliance tournament, as it lets you get different extra effects from your modules by damaging them. And that means that you can only do it for a limited amount of time, and if you overheat them too much, they will simply stop working. And as you can see, even one module, even one ECM module, can be hugely effective in the tournament and swing an entire fight. So you can imagine how worrying it must be, how painstaking it must be to get every inch out of your modules in a fight like the AT.
I mean, heat is a very interesting concept to talk about as well, because there are some ships, like even the Cambion or Etana, which are bonused to reducing incoming heat damage. So in an AT format that's only 10 minutes long, you can heat your modules for the whole match. Similarly, Tech 3 cruisers, the core strategic cruiser skill, is one that reduces incoming heat damage on your ships. And then you have different modules that burn out at different rates. So you've got rapid heavy missile launchers burn out incredibly quickly as well. Still, the next match is going to be between Red vs Blue and Samurai Sold Out. Red vs Blue last match bringing 2 TFIs and 2 Typhoons, going all in on that missile heavy DPS. They use Deacons as their support. Then Samurai Sold Out bought bar guests with Scorpion Navies, Stork, and 3 bombers and a Hyena. So 2 very heavy missile DPS teams there. We're going to see what they choose to bring this time as we go back to the commentators for this match, who are going to continue to be Elise and Reload for Red vs Blue versus Samurai Sold Out.
Welcome back to the Alliance Tournament 14. I'm Relo, joined with Alice, and today we're going to bring you RVB versus Samurai Soloed Out. Samurai Soloed Out actually brought artillery, Sleipners, and an Arty Loki.
Yeah, they are bringing a very unconventional team. RVB also going a little bit off the books of this one with a double Astarte, double Navy Brutix core with an Ashmu, Svipple, and a bit of support with a Crew and Ares, and a Hound rounding it all out. So a Galente Rush versus a Minmatar Arty team. The Samurai Sold Out. It's gonna have a hard time volleying through stuff.
Oh yeah,
but it should be very interesting to see, because they've got the Arty Sleipnir, Arty Loki, Arty Cinnabal, a Phantasm, and some bombers. Maybe we'll see some bombing bombers to do some volley damage. They're certainly set up in range for it.
It'll pretty interesting to see what Samurai Soloed Out would do. I think they need to burn away, because these Blaster Brutixes and Astartes they did warp at 10, so they're going to be burning in. Even though they did warp directly away from each other, it's still not very far, because the Samurai Soloed Out actually warped at 30 instead of 50.
Yeah, they're going to be very, very close, or they're going to be close really quickly, because these Astartes, they do have the link advantage going for them here. They can go much, much faster. This Loki might be running one link, possibly. Though the Sleipnirs will be running one as well, I guess.
Yep, so I think this is more of a kite versus brawl setup. Samurai Soloed Out need to kite out Red versus Blue Astartes and Navy Brutixes while trying to kill their support. While Red versus Blue need to just brawl in, try and catch the Loki, especially Sleipners, or the Skimmy. If they kill the Skimmy, it's pretty much game over for them, and the match is about to start.
It'll be very interesting to see if Red versus Blue can utilize their Ashmu very well. That is the best control that they have on the field here. And they are going up against a Loki, which is pretty good at control as well. Let's
It'll
see
be
what
a-
happens. All right, so there are bombs as we predicted, but it doesn't look like they're going to do all that much. Nope. Red versus blue staying really composed. They're not burning straight into the Samurai Sold Out team. They're going around in a circle. So
Yeah,
they took a little
trying
bit
to
of damage
divert
from
the
the core, but
bombs.
that's about it.
Yeah, not much damage on either side really. Crow taking a little bit of damage on RVB, but he's going to get repped up no problem. And looks like Samurai Soul without Manticore just got scrammed, so he's going to be... Oh no, he actually dropped it. Oh no, it's back on again.
Yeah, this
so
RVB Eras did a really, really good job going around the team, going straight into the back end of the Samurai Sold Out side. Has a web on this Phantasm. Or they
But
actually
he's
has a
also
web on the
tackled as well,
Phantasm.
and yep, he just died. I mean, he just hero tackled Manticore and just got volleyed by those artillery. It looks like they're going for the Samurai's going to go for the Ashima now. Pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
the Ares
primary.
probably wanted to solo or to hero tackle the Scimitar, but the Scimitar was battle balling with his team, which is definitely the play.
Oh yeah, especially in this quite Samurai Soul have quite a weak control setup. They only have the Loki, Cinnable, and maybe the Phantasm that might have some tackle. The Loki probably only has the long range tackle in this this comp, but it looks like that Phantasm is eating a lot of damage. He is tackled by maybe Brutix's Anastati, so he will go down pretty quickly.
Yeah,
and
he is
there
not long
is.
for this world, but the RVB Ashbu is actually breaking
Oh
quite
my god, yeah.
quite
He's taking-
significantly.
Yeah, he's also tackled as well by the Raptor actually, and if this Shima goes down, then Samurai Soul Out can technically kite this setup, but Cinnable is also webbed now, and Samurai Soul Load now.
They can technically kite it, but it's going to be a little bit harder because their Cinnaball is tackled by this Kur, as you pointed out. So he's scrammed and webbed, and the Kur also has a web and a scram on another Manticore.
But this
So-
Ashimo is actually staying alive. For some reason, the damage just came off him straight away, but he is actually breathing into structure now, so he might tank. He is still tanking pretty well, but he seems to be getting wrapped up now. Looks like Samurai Soul don't have enough DPS to break the Guardian reps.
Yeah, for sure. This is a bit of a strange setup that we see from Samurai Sold Out. The Artie strat, very, very hard to pull off, as we saw before.
Oh, but looks like the Samurai Soul traded a Cinnable and a Manticore for alphaing a Sweeple, so at least that's something for them.
I mean, Suetonian will be very happy to see that Swipple just alpha off the field.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
it looks like Samurai Sold Out noticed that they can't break the Ashmu, going for the crewer and other support, so that is a really heads-up play by them. But the RVB crewer pilot is great. He moved that. Okay, he just
Oh,
died.
he just got blapped.
I was gonna commend him for pulling range and surviving, but instead he didn't pull range fast enough and got instantly
Just
blapped.
got blapped, yeah, and looks like Samurai Soul Out Sleipnir is tackled now by Astartes and they Brutixes, and he will not be long for this world. Doesn't look like they're just alphaing through reps and ASB charges, and he will go down soon. Astartes and Navy Brutixes do a lot of damage, apparently.
That turns out when you're next to an Astarte really, really close, you kind of eat 900 deeps in the face.
Yeah, but especially when you're a big ship as well. Sleipnir is not renowned to be sig tanking ship, that's for sure.
RVB are going for a bit of a multi-stage tank. All of their ships have rep bots out, even though they're
I was
only
gonna
Tech 1
say,
rep bots from the
That
rules.
is
That is probably what kept this Ashmu alive, a swarm of about 30 rep
3-4
bots on him.
stats, yeah. Like I think rep bots play a huge role in the AT overall, just because they just give you so much rep power. It's really crazy how much they just like the survivability. Even without a logi, if you still have all your armor sets, you can still stay alive pretty much even without your logi.
Yeah, well, we generally see a lot of the higher tier teams. They pull a bit of range, and they either use one of their bombing bombers to run, or bombing bombers to do a bomb run and wipe off the rep drones, or they will just focus with their Swipples to start killing the rep bots. We
I
didn't see
think-
any of that here.
yeah.
Obviously, it would have been wasted DPS for the Samurai Sold Out team to try and waste their alpha volley on just drones.
It's actually pretty interesting as well, because the Samurai Sold Out Skimmy was actually tackled for a short while, but he actually burnt out free, so he's not tackled anymore. But a Sleipnir on the Samurai Sold Out team is tackled now, so he's next on the Astartes dinner list, that's for sure.
Indeed. And meanwhile, the RVB Guardian did find itself tackled, but probably not a lot's going to happen from it. This Raptor from Samurai Sold Out actually did a lot of work.
Yeah, he did a lot
It's
of
not
work.
something you generally expect to practice against as an interceptor,
But I
because
mean,
they're not
yeah.
very popular in the Alliance tournament. But both sides fielded one. This is probably one of the few matches that we'll see through the Alliance tournament where both sides fielded interceptor for that initial suicide tackle. Really like the way Samurai Sold Out played with the Raptor.
Yeah, I think the Samurai Sword definitely needs commendation on his just tackling ability. Anything that was tackled, he was on top of it. He made sure to go to the next primary before before they were tackled, and he just played it really well. And also on the RVB side as well, he also got in for the suicide tackle, but didn't receive reps in time, and obviously just died to the alpha of the arty slaps.
Yeah, the RVB guy got half of it right. He got the suicide part of the suicide tackle right, so that was
Yeah, at least he
something
did
that
that.
the RVB need to work on a little bit. But an incredibly good tournament team. Unfortunate to see them in the lower bracket, but they are going to progress unless something crazy happens, which it won't.
No, I don't think so. I think just RVB just needs to play it safe now. The Raptor eventually just getting tackled, and now he's dead. Looks like Samurai Sword Out is gonna be out of the tournament, unfortunately.
Yeah, though I believe this was their first year in the Alliance tournament, so hopefully we'll see them again next year.
Yeah.
Hopefully they got the bug. They've learned a little bit on how to do it, because it is very different than general PvP that you do on just the normal Tranquility server on your
yeah.
things.
Also,
It's a really bizarre setup where it's like we're in Bizarro world right now.
yeah, I would say AT is a completely different world to Alliance Tournament, that's for sure. So much different metas, so much different fittings. I mean, you see the most strangest fits in Alliance Tournament. Dual tanking is also a thing in Alliance Tournament as well, especially those shield whole tanking Hyperions. Pretty meta,
Yep.
if you ask me.
Though I don't think we'll be able to see those ever again in any Alliance tournaments, if I were to guess.
You
That
should
was
bring it
just
back.
too next level.
Yeah, exactly. This is it just as next level as dual tank Vagas, isn't that right, Alice?
I mean, that setup was fantastic. It was just it was too beautiful to survive, I think. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
of
sure that's
course.
what happened.
It burnt too.
And same with the
it burnt
Zealots.
too greatly.
Yeah.
It looks like Samurai Solar is just being cleaned up, and yeah. Oh,
they did get a hound, though.
Yeah, then Loki just boom headshot that hound. He's just kiting these Astartes like nobody's business. Will he get jammed by those two ECM drones though? That's the question.
This is actually hilarious to see this Astarte just running after this Loki, going just a little bit slower than him. Just by about 50
he
or
is
60
webbed
meters
now,
a second.
so he's not long for this world. But he definitely kited as best as he could. But he will die now because he is webbed by Astarte. What he really should do is be a man and just edge of glory.
Yeah, that's what all the cool kids do. And it looks like maybe the Scimitar pilot is going to go for this mobile jump beacon and see if he can break the record for how far out someone can get from the arena.
Exactly.
Let's see if he's going for it. No, he just blew right by it. Maybe he doesn't realize that that's a thing he can do.
Yeah, exactly. And both the Simi and the Loki are just gonna try and live to win as long as possible. Maybe save a little bit of ISK, trying to not replace all these ships. But
I mean, if the Loki does die, he does lose skill points.
He does lose skill points.
To the piloting from the Loki pilot, he managed to escape from the Astarte, who
I
believes burned out his web.
Yeah. Oh god.
It looks like he might have burned out his web because the control bar went down a little bit.
So
these things happen. We were just talking about in the studio about burning out modules. It does happen. Looks like MacGyver is running away in his Astarte. He's like, oh whatever, I can't catch this Loki. I'm gonna go loot the field.
Looks like I was going to take a look at the ship bans. Red vs Blue actually banned the Bargon and the Bargus, so I think they're just strong battleships overall, and I think they were just solid bans in general, really.
Yeah, the Bargus is something, or the Balgorn is something you don't want to see as a blaster comp because those dudes really wreck
they'll
your
just
guns.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, you can get away with a bit of an injector to get around it, but even then, you're not shooting 100% uptime, so it's not perfect. And it looks like Samurai Sold Out are gonna live with their Loki and Simi.
Gonna live with their Loki and Simi, yeah. They're calling Jefferson local, so I think RVB are just gonna chill, just loot up as much as they can, and it looks like they're BMing his local, not running away too slow. Yeah, it looks like they're just both the Loki and the Simi are they're actually chilling at MJD beacon. Oh no, they're not chilling at MJD beacons. They're just chilling while the RVB are just balling up, make sure they're just they're looting apparently. So yeah.
So Ken Lurkius gets to keep his skill points in the Loki, even though his team is eliminated. Commendation to Samurai Sold Out for taking part. Unfortunately, they will be gone from Alliance 114. Red versus Blue will continue to ravage the lower bracket. Definitely not a team you want to come up against. They are crazy good, or rather have a crazy good pedigree in the Alliance tournament. And that's it for me. We are heading back to the studio with Apophany and the boys.
Come on, all right, everybody. That's what I'm talking about, guys. We've made a great effort so far. Let's just keep it up.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure! We've come too far! There's too much to lose! We've got to just keep...
Kick out is out of bounds.
Swatch is out of bounds. Swatch is out of bounds.
Cog is out.
too.
Burley's out.
I have EC300s on me, and I'm jammed.
Did we just put
Oh yeah, those are friendly. Good fight.
I'm down, Red Burley down.
What the fuck? I shot Burley.
Guys.
Hey guys, welcome back. We just saw Shield versus Armor there. Jin, tell us about that Astarte Navy Brutix comp we just saw.
Oh yeah, it's a very classic Brutix hull-based Galante rush setup. It lacks the bonus webs that we've seen previously from Vigilance and Vindicators, but it did seem to work fairly well against an opposing shield autocannon setup from Samurai Sold Out.
I mean, so what are your thoughts on Shield versus Armor in the tournament? This is a topic we haven't really touched on that much.
Yeah, it's something that's very intricate because obviously you do gain a lot from Shield. You have a lot more DPS, and obviously because you don't have to fit plates or armor rigs, you're faster. You're able to outmaneuver your opponents. However, just due to the way the arena and the tournament rules work, if you move near the edge, if you go beyond the edge of the arena, which is 125 kilometers, you will be killed by the GMs. So you need to maneuver around, and that means that you can never really be too far away from your opponent, and also you have to slow down to turn, as that's a part of the inertia mechanic in the game.
I mean, that's one of the advantages of a cruise missile setup on battleships, in that even the ones that don't have bonus to range, they shoot out effectively to the arena edge if you're at the center. There's 120-something kilometer range effective on those missiles. Rocket, when you watched that match there, we saw a Loki fielded. It's very strange for us to see Tech 3 cruisers fielded outside of the old Tinker setups, which aren't very popular anymore for reasons we discussed earlier. Why do you think that Tech 3 cruisers are so out of favour, and what do you think it did for the Shield team here?
Well, really, I mean, it's an inefficient use of points, really. They are a lot of points, and they don't give you a massive amount of damage. Yeah, they tank very well, but I mean, if you don't have damage or utility or both in a ship, it's very much about what you're able to put onto the enemy team when you're flying that kind of size of ship, because most of your damage is going to come from larger hulls like battleships and battlecruisers.
Well, that certainly was a very interesting match. I think that one of the other problems is that, of course, the Tech 3 cruisers, the Loki, for example, is 18 points. That's the same as the Sleipnir. And we all know that the Sleipnir is one of the most popular AT ships, one of the most powerful AT ships. It can do basically everything the Loki does, but better. Jintan?
Yeah, personally, I would have preferred to have seen a Ham Claymore or something similar in that that slot. It would have been a much...
It is possible they were using it for long-range web support if they fitted it as a web Loki, but I mean, we'd have to look at the kill mails to find that out, I guess.
Yeah.
We do have news that just came in that the team Shadow Cartel, very powerful team from the past 2 years, has in fact been knocked out of the tournament. They've been eliminated from the losers bracket. I don't know at this moment who they were fighting, but that's a little bit of an upset, a little bit of an unexpected event to occur in their first weekend. Yeah. We will be discussing the next match for you guys in day 2 of the Alliance tournament right after these messages.